Our Peers Empowerment and Navigational Support Project is a peer health navigation program to improve health and healthcare access for people with disabilities. A collaborative team of academic, clinical, and disability community partners designed OP-ENS to help break down barriers to health and healthcare access faced by people with disabilities. Within OP-ENS, we take a broad view of health to include not just what happens within the healthcare or medical system, but also concerns related like transportation, food security, housing security, and community engagement. OP-ENS employs peer health navigators, people with disability with specialized training, to guide people through the structured process of rapport building, identification of needs and priorities, goal setting and action planning, all while providing ongoing emotional support and practical information. The OP-ENS intervention is 12 months long, and peer health navigators meet with their participants monthly at least. This gives people time to build meaningful relationships and tackle a variety of issues related to health and healthcare access. Peer health navigators meet regularly as a group with the clinical coordinator to problem solve and learn together. The OP-ENS program uses this as an opportunity to strengthen this intervention by learning from what is happening in the community. Here are our navigators. They each bring rich and diverse lived experiences to the group and to their work within the OP-ENS program.
My name is Bob Green. I'm a peer health navigator for the OP-ENS program. In 2014, I had a near-fatal hemorrhagic stroke which impaired my speech and ability to walk. Navigator training has equipped me with a skill set that has enabled me to provide motivation, guidance, and emotional support to my peers. Charlie was a 42-year-old black man who lived in an under-resourced community in a large Midwestern city. At age 19, a gunshot wound left him with paraplegia. Charlie used a manual wheelchair for transportation and fitness. Thus, his wheelchair was vital to both his health and community participation. Heavy use of his chair on city streets caused its misalignment and led to the development of pressure sores on one of his legs. Charlie hoped OP-ENS could assist him in getting his wheelchair repaired by a seating company with whom he had been communicating without success for 3 months. Charlie felt that discrimination against his neighborhood had led to scheduling failures. His feelings were prompted by negative past experiences with the healthcare system, including unacceptable wait times, inattentive physicians' dismissiveness, and the disregard of his health complaints. Charlie, frustrated and angry, stopped trying to schedule the repair and continued to use his misaligned chair, which led to the worsening of his health. In the beginning of our relationship, Charlie gave me the moniker schoolboy because he did not believe a person whose socioeconomic and educational background, so different from his own, could possibly understand his daily challenges. However, as part of my Navigator training and the OP-ENS project infrastructure, I understood that it was my responsibility to initiate and maintain our relationship. The intersection of racism and disability was familiar to me. As a black man, I understood that Charlie's lens of negatively racialized experiences impacted his ability to effectively manage his health and access health care. Due to our shared understanding, I was able to meet Charlie where he was at and engage him in frank discussions to implement strategies that would allow him to navigate the healthcare system and get his needs met. During the first 6 months of the OP-ENS intervention, Charlie and I developed a trusting relationship which allowed us to learn more about each other and share common experiences. Our monthly phone check-ins revealed that Charlie and I had a mutual passion for fitness and sports. Our commonality allowed for difficult and emotional conversations about the complexity of discerning the difference between actual and perceived racism. We worked together to come up with an alternate approach that allowed Charlie to effectively communicate his needs and get the results he sought. We discussed racism in general and ways to manage discrimination without being self-destructive, as well as how to get one's health goals met regardless of negative experiences with the healthcare system. For example, I helped Charlie recognize that talking angrily to customer service reps and openly accusing them of racism, while grounded in his experience, was ultimately counterproductive to his goal of getting his wheelchair fixed. To support Charlie's effort to get his chair fixed, we arranged a three-way call that included the two of us and the customer service department. The call resulted in the resolution of the scheduling problem and his wheelchair repaired within the next 5 days. A major component of the intervention was the reciprocity that evolved between the peer and the navigator. Our individual perspectives were shaped by very different societal experiences. Rapport changed our individual perspectives and allowed for problem solving. Charlie's negative past experiences with the health system had created barriers that prevented him from working effectively with the customer service rep to resolve his scheduling problem. At our next monthly meeting, Charlie admitted that his pressure sore had gotten worse, but that he did not want to go through the humiliation that he would likely experience at the hospital. Eventually, the pressure sore developed into a bone infection that would necessitate Charlie's hospitalization. However, after an emotional discussion about the issues surrounding his wheelchair repair, Charlie used our wheelchair intervention as a guide to independently make his doctor's appointment and successfully obtain medical treatment in a timely fashion. Charlie's intervention illustrates how the OP-ENS program can help peers whose reality, for different reasons, is that the healthcare system is antagonistic to them and their health needs. Our OP-ENS intervention was an empathetic, rapport-driven effort that exposed the peer to techniques for surmounting barriers to his health goals. The program's power is seen in the development of Charlie's self-reliance in defining, pursuing, and attaining his health goals. In this video, we show how a peer health navigator can use shared experiences and the structured OP-ENS process to help people reach their healthcare goals.